What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Holy Toledo. This is an all Astros podcast brought to you by On the Screws. This is also the first video podcast we've ever recorded, so it might be a little rough to start off. Just bear with us. I'm your host, Turner Givens, and with me, as always, is Drew Messiker.
What up?
And the people wanted him back. The Red Rocket himself, Mr. 80 Poo, Daniel Reed.
What's up?
So this show is going to have several different Astros topics. It's going to be all Astros. Today, though, we're going to kind of feed it towards the new roster, the 60-man roster. Daniel, what'd you call it? The taxi squad?
Taxi squad, that's what it's called, baby.
And then we're going to predict our 30-man roster for the first cut, our lineups that Dusty Baker will be putting out for the first time, and then we'll do some – I call them predictions, season predictions, but Daniel wants them to be bold predictions. So we'll try to make them as bold as possible. So, I mean, let's just hit it off right away and go through that. We're not going to go through the whole 60-man, but let's pull up our 30-man roster predictions. Drew, you and I had the same, pretty much the same. I think we had the exact same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much. I think we might have maybe differed from one, but I think in the end we kind of came to a conclusion on who we wanted.
So you go through the hitter or the pitchers. I'll go through the hitters.
Okay, so out of this player pool, out of the pitchers, I guess we got Rogelio. I'm gonna say
Rogelio.
Rogelio Armenteros, Brian Abreu, Joe Biagini, Chris Davinsky, Zach Greinke, Josh James, Lance McCullers Jr., Roberto Osuna, Brad Peacock, Santa Perez, Ryan Presley, Austin Pruitt, Joe Smith, Jose Urquidy, Framber Valdez, and the GOAT, Justin Verlander.
I dig that, man. I like all of those picks. Those are you're spot on with that. Daniel, before we go to our hitters, I want you to read off your list if you got your list up. Make sure you have all 30 on there because I counted up earlier and you had 31.
Don't have 31. I'm dyslexic or something. Just give me some time. I got Verlander, Peacock, you got 11 fly. We got McCullers, got Abreu, Biagini, we got Devo, Greinke, James, Osuna, Presley, Smith, Cy Snead, Jose Urquidy, Framber Valdez, Christian Javier, and Taylor.
Do you even know who Blake Taylor is?
I know Blake Taylor's in contention.
Is this the same Blake Taylor from Anaheim? Or am I tripping?
I don't know. We need a fact checker.
I'm not sure.
We need a Jamie.
Daniel, I'm just gonna have to say some of those names do not belong on that list, bro.
That's up to you,
dude. Okay, Christian Javier is a stud, right? But they're not gonna risk bringing him up too early in a 60-game season. So why would you leave off Austin Pruitt? They traded just to get him in the bullpen or starter.
Seeing that dude's stats, triple A and double A and single A, dude's a freaking monster.
He's a Woodlands guy too.
He is.
Yeah, he's a freaking monster. And
can we talk about how awesome that would be? How awesome would that be?
His 2019 season, he had 2.16 ERA in the minors. So I have nothing to doubt with him. I think.
Yeah, but you got other guys. Who'd you leave off of this list that we put on there? Pruitt and did you leave off Abreu?
No. Dude, Blake Taylor's got to be on. He's a lefty, and I think Framber Valdez.
Okay. He left off Perez.
I mean, Perez is a lefty, and he's been up there. Yeah.
A way higher chance as a lefty to make the bullpen than Perez does.
You think? Perez has already been up, though. Blake Taylor hasn't even sniffed the major leagues yet.
How'd he do? I know he only had like a 6-inning sample size, but come on, how'd he
I think Perez, he did fairly good.
He did fairly well. Yeah, he did pretty well. He had some starting.
Pull up Perez's stats.
He had some starting roles. He had some bullpen roles. He did pretty well. He's effective last year.
Almost positive. I don't think he started one time.
Oh, by the way, guys, I don't know if you can see it, but we have a special guest in the corner of my my video, Josh Reddick himself. We're gonna add him in this.
Okay.
He'll be a part of it every time.
Okay. So Perez 1-1. Perez 1-1 last season. A 10 ERA. No game started. You're right, Dan.
10 ERA.
He's a lefty arm with experience.
But he had the same stats in the minors as Blake Taylor, bro. They're the same person. So what tells you that Blake Taylor's going to be better? You don't know.
I don't know, but it's my gut feeling. So
I'm pretty sure Perez throws a little bit harder too. 95. I think he was up to 95. I think he's like 5'8", 5'9". How tall is he? You got his stats up right there?
I got Perez. He is
5'11", 170.
5'11".
Yeah,
170.
170.
That is tiny.
He's got explosive stuff though. In the game that I saw him play it, I want to say he came in relief against Milwaukee at Minute Maid. He did pretty well. I mean, that at least what I remember. I mean, I just remember. I remember
Framber
not.
too.
Yeah, we got Framber. Yeah, I just remember not knowing who he was.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of these.
Obviously,
guys
brand new. Yeah.
I've heard of, but like we know Cy Snead because he's been up and down 1,000 times.
Yeah, that's why I put him on there. He's a 30 man. He'll be there for 2 weeks and he'll be dropped down. As soon as someone gets hurt, he'll be called right back up. But Blake traded for Marisnik, so the Astros saw something on him.
Okay.
So
yeah, I think
see why he's 6'2", 220, California dude.
He's pretty big.
He's going to be up there. He's going to be throwing Chad, and I'm pretty sure I think his arm was like a 55 on the scouting report. It's pretty freaking good for a 23-year-old.
So why'd you leave Austin Pruitt off of your list?
Because Austin Pruitt, I don't think
he's a spinner guy. He's a spinner guy from the Rays, so he came along with James Click. So.
The area too. He's from the Houston area too. I think he's from College Park. But
yeah, we
I
said
thought he
that.
was Woodlands. He's Woodlands.
No, it's College Park.
Is he from College Park? Okay.
From College Park, but I just say the Woodlands.
Yeah. Same area.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I just don't think he's going to have that great of a spring compared to. I really think Blake Taylor's going to take off. We need a bullpen guy. I don't think Pruitt's going to be number 5 guy. I think Josh James is going to take the 5 role. McTaggart. I thought Peacock would be number 5. But McTaggart.
Peacock's going to be a guy who they use whenever they need him. He's that guy.
Unless McTaggart tweeted that he's not going to be in competition for it. It's going to be James, Pruitt, and Taylor. I don't think Taylor.
Pruitt didn't do too bad last year. 3-0, 4.40 ERA. I mean,
he's got
39 strikeouts.
That's why they brought him in. Brent Strong
47
is
innings
going to
pitched.
use
Not
that
bad.
to his advantage.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go through the hitters. I think we all had almost the exact. I think we had the
Pretty
exact
much.
same hitters.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Dustin Garneau and Maldonado as catchers. Infielders, we got Jose Altuve, Alex Bregman, Carlos Correa, Almidas Diaz, Yuli Gurriel, Abraham Toro, and then outfielders, Ariordon Alvarez, Michael Brantley, Josh Reddick, George Springer, Miles Straw, and Kyle Tucker. I love Miles Straw in there because he can play literally every position except for catcher.
Our brand new utility man.
Dude, and he's fast. He's one of the fastest players in the majors. Daniel, I think yours is the exact same, isn't it? Yeah, same choices.
The fourth, Straw's going to be the same Marisnik type guy. I don't think he's going to play shortstop anymore. They got Diaz back. If Diaz is healthy all year long, Diaz is going to be Marwin all over again. I think Straw's strictly outfield this time.
You think Straw is? I mean, he played a little short. Did he play any third? Maybe second?
I don't think he played much second.
Maybe a few games.
I mean, it's also going to benefit that. Okay, I hate the rule of starting the extra innings with a man on second, but Straw is going to be the guy that you see out there because they're going to pinch run.
Out there, 100%.
Yeah, he'll be out there. He'll be the first one out there. I mean, they also have speed. Who else were they going to have on the bench that's going to be fairly fast? Kyle Tucker isn't slow, but he's not fast. He's not my number one choice.
I could see Straw being another Derek Fisher type player.
Yeah.
Guy's going to come in late. Guy needs to be on the base path to score a run. Maybe put him in the outfield just for a late inning replacement. But
that works, and it fits the rule perfectly.
I mean, Marisnik with more contact and more on base percentage. That's my personal prediction.
Yeah, I like him.
Better hitter.
I think once it comes to the Astros hitters, it's pretty set in standard. I mean, like you said, we're not going to really disagree too much on this. The guys who are up there have been, guys who have been up there previously. There's really no new names. I'd say Toro's the newest name, or Dustin Garneau are the newest names out of any of those guys. Everyone else has probably had a full season with the Astros, if not. So
okay, so what happens if say we get in a situation and Straw's not available to pinch run at second? Are they going to bring in a pitcher to run if they're faster than any of the hitters left on the bench?
Zach Greinke's an athlete, but no, that's not going to happen.
You don't think any of them? You don't think any guy on there?
No.
I bet you Perez can burn, bro.
Dusty Baker's like 75. Dusty Baker tells you no, you're going to listen to him. It's not Adrian Hinch where he's a player, man. Like, come on, AJ. Come on, man. Like, no.
How much is Greinke going to hate not hitting this year?
Oh, he's going to hate it. Well, he's
going to hate it.
He's not going to show any emotion, though.
No, he won't show us. Yeah, zero emotion.
I don't want to see Greinke interviews anymore. I feel so bad for the guy. I'm not excited to see that.
Yeah, it's tough. All right, y'all want to go through the lineups?
Yeah, real quick, what I'm excited for is I'm excited for some more Toro. Where the fuck is Toro? Verlander's going to be screaming that. He's going to throw another no-no. I'm excited for it.
I like him. I mean, he didn't. Okay, so I was between Jack Mayfield and Toro, but Toro's just got better stats in the majors.
Cannot hit this.
No, he can't. He had a good first 2 games. We were like, oh shit, he might be doing something. He had a couple doubles, but he's
I
nothing.
hit like
He's
125.
nothing now. Oh, no, it's lower than. I think it might be lower than that. I think it might be like almost 100 exactly.
Good fielder. Great story, undrafted, but
He might. So he'll be a guy that comes up and down. There's going to be several of those guys that come up and down. Garrett Stubbs will be a guy. Who else was on there? I think that's probably the only 2 guys for position guys that are going to be up and down.
Mayfield. You think Mayfield maybe?
Maybe Nick. How do you say his last name? Tenielu. Dude, he's got some good minor league stats. This guy's going to be up there pretty soon.
he'll be up next year, not this year.
But dude, this team is stacked. That's why the lineup was really tough for me. I'll lead it off, man. The problem here was I was thinking, how is Dusty Baker going to change the lineup? If he's going to change the lineup, because Hinch had the lineup set in stone for the whole year last year, and he's had the same kind of thing going with Springer at the top for the past couple years. So I went Springer leading it off in center, keep it the same, but I got Brantley batting 2-hole since Altuve's hitting with a little bit more power. So Brantley in left field in 2-hole, Altuve in 3-hole at second, Bregman at third base batting 4-hole. Got to have him batting 4-hole. He's the best hitter on the team. Jordan in the 5-hole. I really wanted him in the 4-hole or 3-hole so he could get a first inning at bat. I think he's going to DH a lot, man. I really do think he's going to DH a lot. Yuli, first base, batting 6. Carlos Correa, shortstop, batting 7. Josh Reddick in right field, and then Martin Maldonado finishing off in 9-hole. What do y'all got for the lineup?
I got the same thing, man, except I got Springer, Altuve, Brantley,
Okay.
Bregman, Alvarez, Yuli, Correa, Reddick, and Maldonado.
Okay, so you just flipped Altuve and Brantley.
I can have Altuve in the 3-hole. It's not going to bother me.
I just like he's hitting for so much more power than Brantley. Brantley just gets on base, and that's somebody I want ahead of Altuve.
Yeah, I think with Altuve, man, he can really just you can sit him anywhere. I mean, he's been cleanup before. He's been 3-0 leadoff. Yeah. He's done anything. I just like to see him at the 2-hole. I think it's good to have him in that second spot.
Yeah,
because Springer's bound to get on base. You know.
All right, Daniel, what you got?
For me, I got Springer, Brantley, Altuve, Bregman, Jordan, Correa, Yuli, Reddick, and Maldonado. But I got 2 changes for sure that I think is going to happen under Baker. I think Reddick's going to lose his spot to Kyle Tucker about a month.
I could see that. Hey, relax, man. Come on. He's right here.
Park, even if he's gone next year to free agent, I don't care. I'll still be wooing. And I also think that with Baker, I swear I don't want to see it happen, but I think Springer's going to get dropped to the 3-hole.
That's what I was thinking, dude. That's what I was thinking. I think Springer could be a guy. But, dude.
Which I don't mind.
I think he's going to realize that Springer is a good leadoff guy, so I think Dusty's going to be like, okay, he might switch some of the middle guys, but I think he's going to keep Springer because he's seen that it worked in the past.
Yeah, and he'll in 60 games, he'll hit about 5 leadoff home runs this year. But, I mean.
It's going to be interesting, dude. It's going to be interesting to see an old school guy. Yeah, old school guy's going to possibly flip some stuff around, but I trust Dusty. He's done it before, man. Yep. So he's a guy I trust.
Yeah. So I guess with the rotation, I'll lead it off. It's got to be the same for all of us. Verlander number 1, Greinke number 2, McCullers 3, Urquidy 4, and then for 5, I kind of just had a little slash here, James or Peacock.
Yeah.
Whoever's.
I added Pruitt in there for me.
Pruitt, okay.
Because he started some in spring training, so I just thought it might be a carousel of guys just coming through, whoever's working at that time.
I know me and Daniel have talked about this. I know that James is my sleeper pitcher for the Astros. It's McCullers and James. I think that James might have a good season this year.
I think James is more of a sleeper because we've seen McCullers do it in the past. Josh James has been so close to being phenomenal. It's the walks that screw him up. Yeah. He walks so many guys that even a base hit every now and again is going to screw him over because he's walked the guy on base. So I think if he can figure out the command, dude, he has got some nasty shit.
Yeah, I got the exact same rotation. James had a great spring. Apparently, Brett Strom tweaked his mechanics a little bit to where it was getting better, more under control. Mm-hmm. I can also see if at U of H and Minute Maid, if they have a good spring, I can see Framber Valdez taking over the fifth spot.
Yeah.
does super well. A lefty's always needed.
We do need a lefty.
Do you ever
What?
do you ever see it
What do you
switching?
want?
Do you ever see it switching? Do you ever see McCullers going 2, Grinky 3? Think they'd
No.
ever make that switch?
No.
No,
What-
they wouldn't have.
No.
But then the rotation changes throughout the year though. So like Verlander will start as number 1, but then eventually it gets so mixed up that whoever it's based on rest after that.
Come on, Joe.
Yeah.
I thought you were a veteran. I thought you knew this stuff, bro.
No, I'm saying to start it off.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I don't think so.
They're going to 60 games, having 12 starts each if they stay healthy. Like,
Yeah, they want to get their top 3
Yeah,
guys in
yeah.
there early. But
Yeah, it's almost
is a sleeper too, bro.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I want to see it's not a full season unfortunately, but I want to see more starts than he's had in the past. And when he had a really good year last year.
Good in the playoffs. Good towards the end of the season.
5, shut it down.
Yeah.
Trino's crying in the interview for Mexico, baby. That's my Mexican right there. The kid's my boy.
Yeah, I forgot you're a little Mexican, huh?
Yes, sir.
Can't really tell, but maybe we'll have you speak some Spanish on here one day.
Gracias, Turner. So sweet.
I remember going to a game with both of y'all, and you were trying to get
Who was it?
what's his name?
Marco Estrada.
Tomas from the Diamondbacks to get to sign you a baseball. What was his name? The big guy. Was it? What was it?
The only time I ever remember Daniel really using his Spanish in advantage was trying to get a hold of Marco Estrada to show us the changeup.
It was Tomas. We were sitting down the third baseline. Do you remember that first guy's name?
Yasmani. I think it's just
Yasmani Tomas. Yes, a big guy, huge guy, and you were yelling at him. He didn't even blink, bro.
remember when I was 12, I was sitting in the Crawford box before a game, and the Rangers were in town. And we were screaming if Tolly Felipe was not paying attention to anybody, right? I started yelling in Spanish, throw me a ball. He throws me a ball. After he points at me, he's like, "What the hell? Really? Okay, fine. I'll throw you a ball." He throws me a ball. I'm like 13 or 12.
You had to give it up.
He's like, "My daughter really liked that ball," and she's like 8 years old. I'm like, "I'm 12, dude. Fuck off." I was like, "Sorry." I just walked away.
Dude, you get a lot of weird looks when you start talking in Spanish because everyone turns around and I'm sure you get plenty of looks like that. You're like,
I think
man, here we go.
I think Canelo made it cool for you, man. So
I've been
Yeah.
You've been
Remember
cool.
when we yelled at Buck Showalter? Is that the same game? Yeah, we were yelling at him. And didn't he
game.
turn around at us?
No, Dylan Bundy did because I played it off like I was from Owasso. I was like, Dylan Bundy, I went to Owasso, and he's like, who the hell is this guy? Turns around,
Yeah, he turned around. He was like,
gives it a nod. He's like, all right, whatever.
they had big cans in their back pocket too. I think
Oh,
we were
yeah.
yelling about that.
Buck didn't even turn around.
Oh,
Buck-
he's been there before.
Oh, he's
man.
been there. Yeah, he's like, I'm not dealing with these guys.
Imagine if Buck Showalter became our manager. It would have been not cool. It would have been not fun. At least
I'm-
Dusty Baker's fun.
Yeah, I'm
But
so
you know,
honestly,
Bannister was an option too. He just got fired by the Pirates.
No, that was Clint Hurdle.
No, like the Pirates laid off a bunch of people. I'm pretty sure I saw it on Twitter that he got laid off.
I don't think so.
Jeff Bannister?
You gotta check your check marks, bro. I don't think so.
I know
I'm fact checking right now.
I know Hurdle's gone obviously, but
Yep, he was a special assistant for the Pirates and just got laid off.
wow.
Oh damn, never mind then.
Were you when you first heard of Dusty Baker being the manager? What was your original thought?
My first thought was, what color wristband scheme is he going with? Is he going navy, orange, navy, or orange, navy, orange?
The Travis Howard style.
Oh God, man,
That was my original thought. But either way, I
I
was
liked it, dude.
you liked
Yeah,
it?
I didn't hate it. I was hoping to be a younger, more statistical guy, but at the same time, like, you already got that all the way up top of GM and down, and you got a player manager who's been there and knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
He-
he's got experience, dude. You can't beat that. You cannot beat experience.
Yeah.
He's probably still wondering why he got fired from Washington. He's
yeah,
like,
dude. What? Like,
he's like, oh, I got another job. About time.
didn't they win the NL East
They won. Yeah,
after he got fired?
Both years he was there, and they fired him because I don't think he made it out of the DS both years. I think he might have made it to the CS once.
Like playoffs is his fault. This is a player's just going into a slump at that point.
He's also in search at proper times, too.
Yeah.
I thought a big red flag was whenever he first got introduced to the media and he's wearing fingerless gloves and looks like he's homeless, and I was like, oh, dude. I was like, what did we just do?
Yeah.
He
He also
had-
wears that painter's hat, whatever that the little
Beret.
yeah.
It made him seem so much older than what he was because he hadn't been in the league for a few years. And Dusty Baker's the new manager, and he rolls in with the hat, the fingerless gloves, looks like he's living under the bridge, and I'm like, oh, dude, what did we just do? What did we just do to ourselves?
A mill. So it doesn't matter either way.
It's for a year, 1-year contract, right?
Yeah, we're going to hire AJ Hinch next year either way. It won't matter.
I want it to happen. I would love to see that happen, dude. Power move. James Click we got Jim Crane over at the top. No, I don't miss Lunau, dude. That guy is skeevy little bastard. All right, he threw everyone under the bus, and come to find out, it was all him. It was him the whole time.
I was joking.
Dude, he threw everyone under the bus and said it was a lower level employee, and then the article came back, and it was Lunau that was like, hey, maybe we should try this, huh?
Lunau's like Theo Epstein, but shadier and cooler.
Oh, for sure.
Jim Crane's not going to let Hinch back on the team, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I don't like Jim Crane. So if I ever apply to the Astros for a job, and they hear this, then I'll be cut off the candidate.
We're the reason.
Fun background check they got right there, Turner.
Huh?
Fun background check they got there right now.
All right, so Daniel, you want to do the bold predictions? I know you got some they're just falling out of your ears right now. I know you got some good ones.
Bold prediction for me, Lance McCullers makes all 12 starts. He pitches a full season, technically, finally, for the first time in his life. He wins 8. He loses 2. No decisions twice. His ERA is at 2.3. He wins the Cy Young. And that's bold prediction number 1.
Bold prediction.
Bold prediction number 1. Bold prediction number 2. Jordan plays 20 games in the outfield. He qualifies for the MVP. He comes close, doesn't win it because Correa plays all 60, and he wins MVP.
Damn. Okay, so we got Cy Young, and these are bold.
We win 42 games, 42 and 18.
That's not bold enough. Up it higher.
42 and 18. We make it to the World Series, and we lose to the Dodgers.
No. I don't like these bold predictions. Take them back.
Go deep, bro. I hate it, but that's my predictions.
My first bold prediction is Chris Davinsky does not make the 26-man roster. He gets cut off the 26-man roster.
Don't want to rebound so bad. He was so good in 16 and 17.
He's losing it, man. Let's see. I like the Lance McCullers call right there, but I'm gonna say Verlander wins back-to-back Cy Youngs, and then I think he's gonna start to taper off after this year. I'm going to go with a 45-win season by the Astros, up just a little bit, and MVP is going to be Jose Altuve. He's going to prove everyone wrong. Dude, this is a year of proving people wrong.
He's not proving anybody wrong. He's the one who didn't cheat. You check that.
That's the thing. That's what I said to y'all earlier is like, that's another bold prediction. Nobody on the Astros, nobody important is going to pull out of the season. They're not going to opt out because they have something to prove after the allegations, after the cheating scandal. It's time for them to prove that they can win without cheating.
I still think Springer might pull out just because he's a free agent. Same with Yuli, but Yuli's old, so he's going to try and play. But I have a feeling that Springer might do it, maybe. I hope not, but, I mean, who knows? I mean, Zimmerman pulled out because his mom has MS. Mike Leake pulled out because his dad's paralyzed. I think Joe Ross pulled out because his families are doctors, so he's actually smart about it.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's going to pull out on the Astros because, I mean, they're going to look soft that they pull out and be like, oh, they can't live up to it.
You can't win in that situation. If I had any bold predictions, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to go right around you. I'm going to say a 44-16 season, 43-17, somewhere around there. And then only one player I really think is going to stand out, man. I think I can see Jordan having the home run title this year.
Oh, dude, you think he can hit 30?
I think if anyone
is that a bold prediction?
It's a bold prediction. I think if anyone
that's
can do it.
That's bold enough. That's one every 2 games.
I think it's him. It's him or Pete Alonso. I can't see anyone else with the raw power like those two dudes have and put up the numbers that they could potentially put up.
If Stan stays healthy all year long, he's going to do it.
Yeah, in that ballpark. Yeah,
in that ballpark, he'll do it if he stays healthy all year long.
I think Jordan's got it, man. He's just people started to figure him out a little bit towards the end of the year, and then he slumped a little bit, and then he figured it back out in the World Series. I was looking back at his World Series stats, and he didn't hit for a lot of power, but he was hitting the ball well.
Yeah, he hit really well.
Batted over 300.
I want to say he had a 4-hit game in one of them. He He had a 4-hit game in one of the games. I'm pretty sure.
And I think it was all singles, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think maybe a double. Yeah, I think maybe one double. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing too bold.
God, he had .045 against the Yankees. In 6 games. World Series, he had .412, and the DS, he had .316. So the Yankees figured him out. The way to go, I think they got him out was like low and inside sliders or low and outside sliders. It was one of the two. Can't remember, but they were just pounding that constantly.
Yeah, it was a hard fastball in, and then using the slider to look like the same pitch, and it just drops to his back foot. And,
he looked like Aaron Judge in 27.
But I'm glad. So the best thing to see out of that is that he figured it out afterwards. Maybe the Nationals didn't pitch him the same as the Yankees, but at least he didn't take it into the World Series and cause him to struggle. And he got the reset after the offseason. Hopefully his knees are healthy, because I would love to see him in the outfield. But if his knees start to bother him, they need to keep him just as DH.
I was thinking, man, maybe when Yuli leaves, Yordan's got to slide in that first base role, right?
Or Tucker's.
Or Tucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the two.
Yeah.
I'd rather have
okay.
whose arm is better. I've never seen Yordan throw a baseball.
I haven't either.
I don't think I've ever seen him throw a ball.
Did he play any games in the field last year?
I thought he played first base
besides
once,
maybe the yeah. I think he might have played outfield maybe a few times.
I'll
maybe
double check right now, but I don't think so.
He didn't play any in the World Series. I think, right?
So is this Brantley's last year? Do we know?
Yeah, him and Reddick and Yuli are.
Dude, they got to re-sign Brantley. 1-year deal.
Yordan played left field 9 games. He started 66 innings. So he pretty much played like.
Did he play any first base?
No, only left field.
They were using him at first base in the minor leagues, man. I'm surprised. I mean, we got Yuli. Yuli is really good defensively too.
He's a great defensive first base. Yeah, he is.
Yordan had 11 chances and he made an error in one of those 11 chances. So.
Dude, he's a big guy. It's tough for him to move around.
Yeah. What is he like? 225 and 6'5". He's 240. That's a lie. He's 240.
What is it? 225?
25 and 6'5".
No, he's not, dude. He is a man.
Dude, the craziest thing is his age. He just turned 24, right?
23, I think.
23.
He
just turned 23.
He's 23. He's our age.
That international signage contract, we have him for like 4 more years of club control. Him and Tucker both.
Dude, the craziest thing is the ball jumping off his bat. Even when he gets out, bro, he slaps. Dude, his first home run echoed through the ballpark. Yeah. It is crazy.
Yeah.
He just got pure power, man.
Last one prediction for me: Force Willie is a September call-up if the season's not canceled.
Dude, we looked at his stats. Drew, remember the stats? They were terrible. They were awful in the minors.
Bad. It's like just get an Adderall prescription. Just take your Adderall every day, bro. That way you don't get drug tested and fail for it.
He's gonna be out of the pen right away, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be like David Price's rookie year out of Tampa. He's gonna come out of the pen, he gets called up, and if he does good enough for the pen, he'll make the postseason roster, and then he'll make the rotation next year.
I'm excited.
Those are solid predictions, man.
He's like 22 or 23 still. He's been in the minors for like 4 years.
All right, so I'm getting a countdown from Zoom right now, so we're gonna have to wrap this episode up. Drew, what platform are we putting this on for the video? We go on YouTube, maybe throw some on Instagram, some Twitter.
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, mostly YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening in. This is the first episode. There will be a second one. We're planning on doing a recap of the 2005 Astros season. That's gonna be a long one. We did a bunch of research on it. As Astros fans, we already know what happened, but we did some research. Some fun facts are going to be thrown in there. Daniel will be on it again, so you don't have to vote for him again. He'll be on these Astros segments. But thank you for tuning in. Tune in to the audio podcast. This will also be an audio podcast. We're on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast. But see y'all next time.
Peace.
See ya.